This is William Michael of the Classical Liberal Arts Academy, and I'd like to take some time to talk to parents about a recent announcement that a new study center will be available for Academy students beginning in 2022. I'd like to talk about what is being developed and why, and I'd also like to invite parents who would like to get a head start on that to join us as early adopters of this new study center platform. Back in 2014, I installed a Moodle learning management system for Academy students, and it was great. It offered us many benefits. We invested 3 years in filling out that system and using it. Students had great success with it, but there were a number of problems at that time with Moodle because from 2010 through, I would say 2020, there was a lot of confusion about where all of this internet technology was going. And there were a lot of programs and projects that were starting and stopping, opening and crashing. And it made business very difficult for those who were using these platforms, using these programs. And one of the problems with Moodle at that time was that the technology, all of the signs in digital media, communications, education, business, and so on, all of the signs were pointing towards an increasing dependence on mobile devices, which all turned out to be true. And Moodle was not adapting to that reality. Moodle was staying behind, maintaining what was becoming an obsolete format and structure. And I made a decision in 2018 to move away from Moodle because of the negative effects that it would have on our program because of its stubbornness and not adapting to the developing technology. And so we moved to our site and have led students through using different platforms that served us better. But I've always kept my eye on Moodle because I believe that Moodle has the capacity to be the best solution for us long term. But they had to adapt. And if they didn't, I believe that they were going to become obsolete, as many other platforms have done. Thankfully, within the last year, Moodle has committed completely to these developments in technology, and in a recent review that I did of those Moodle updates, I found that all of my criticisms of Moodle, all of the reasons that I was forced to move away from it back in 2018 have been resolved, that they have addressed these issues, they've gotten with the trends and are in a position to be the learning platform that I originally believed that they could be. And so I'm very excited to recommit to Moodle as the long-term solution for our online study program in the Classical Liberal Arts Academy. The power that Moodle offers in terms of hosting courses, lessons, assessments, assignments, grade books, reports, on and on and on, not to mention communication tools and more, offers us everything we can dream of for bringing the classical Catholic curriculum to students online. And thankfully, my My web development and maintenance skills have matured through time so that I can install, customize, and maintain a Moodle platform by myself with no additional cost to the Academy. One estimate online, if you Google what is the cost of installing Moodle, one study was done where over 3 years installing and maintaining a Moodle LMS is estimated to cost over $100,000. But I'm able to do it at no cost at all to the Academy community. And so we have this great benefit of having access to the most powerful learning system and bringing that system with all of its tools and all of its capacities, bringing that into the service of classical Catholic education. And there are just innumerable benefits that this offers Catholic homeschool families, and I'd like to just talk about some of them. First of all, as I said, Moodle is a learning management system, meaning that all of the content of a school's operation can be hosted using this software. It's used by universities, colleges, and schools all over the world. By far the most popular platform, and yet because of the costs of developing and maintaining it, it's often run in a very clunky way. And it often looks ugly and is difficult to use because the schools that use it don't have the money to pay for developers and programmers to make it work comfortably or to customize it to suit their needs. But as I said, we don't have that problem in the Academy because I can do that work myself. All of our courses can be hosted on this platform. It offers the most powerful assessment tools anywhere. I can easily create hundreds and hundreds of quizzes and exams for students online that are scored automatically. All of their statistics are kept. There's notifications for all of their quiz results, grade books where all of their scores are recorded and kept, and all of their data, all of their activity is easily accessible from their account at any time. Excellent detailed reports for every course. It's just really, there's too much to even describe when talking about all of the tools and benefits that it offers us. All of my assessments can be put there because it's a stable platform. I started publishing assessments using a different platform last year that was effective for some time, but not a permanent solution. I tested Google Forms, which have been developing and becoming a more viable option, but they're still not sufficient for our needs in the Academy, and there's just nothing that compares with Moodle assessments, so I'm happy to have those back for the kids, and the kids are going to love them. As for assignments can be received within this learning system. Assignments can be submitted within this learning system. I grade the assignments within this learning system. The grades are automatically placed into the students' grade books in this learning system. I can comment on lessons. I can write on lessons. It's just this assignment system that they've developed is incredible. And that was something that they were just beginning to play with back when I was working with Moodle in the past. But this has developed to become a beautiful grading system for assignments. The grade books are customizable and excellent for our purposes because all of our courses are self-paced. Students can just work one lesson at a time, one quiz at a time. Just an incredible number of resources and benefits available to them. So all of this is going to be available as the CLAA moves back to Moodle, thankfully, with their improvements. Of course, this means I have a great deal of work to do, but I've already done a lot of this work before, so it's quick work. I've already begun moving courses to the Moodle platform, already begun producing the assessments there, setting up the assignments, setting up the grade books and all that. And everything's going wonderfully, looks beautiful and clean. The improvements that I talked about are things like notifications, communicating with activities where students submit assignments, teachers are notified, things like that. Those things are really important to allow students to respond to student assignments and grade and return them quickly. They've developed an app for smartphones that allows not just parents but also students and teachers to access courses and resources all from a smartphone, to be notified on smartphones of activity on the website and so on. So those resources, like I said, are just invaluable. And that's the kind of thing that they were lacking in the past, and I simply couldn't see us moving forward without. And they've really not only addressed them, but they've gone over the top in addressing them and making them very, very impressive and good to use. So we're able to commit long-term, and this is going to be a long-term commitment. I wanted to go to Moodle in the past, devoted 3 years to it, but as I said, the development of the technology was just in so much flux, and there was so much confusion. Companies were going out of business, whole platforms were disappearing, and there was just no way to forecast what was going to stick and last. And in 2021, heading into 2022, all of that volatility, we could say, has calmed down, and we can see who the permanent players are going to be in the different areas of communications technology, of business technology, financial technology, things like that. And Moodle has established itself as a permanent player, which I'm very excited about. So you'll see on the top menu of the Academy website a link to the CLAA Study Center. And if you click on that link, it'll open up the Study Center, which is in development. And as I said, I'm intending to open this in 2022, which will just make everything more convenient and helpful for parents and students. If you are interested in getting a head start in this new system, you are welcome to do so. I am willing and eager to have students move into it, but I'm not going to make it a requirement. I'm not going to bug anybody about it. If parents want to just keep things as they are, I'm going to allow them to do that. But if listening to this, if looking at the site, you say, wow, this looks like the kind of thing that would help our family, and if you're willing to work with us, knowing that we're developing this, knowing that you're getting an early start on it, and you're willing to work with us, as I said, you're welcome to do so. What I ask of parents who are interested in doing these, in getting into the new system, I ask that you simply be willing to communicate with us as we develop the courses and get all the content there for the kids. Again, it's not going to take any argument from me for you to see the benefits of this system, but if you're willing to work with us, and by that I mean two things. First of all, just be patient. Know that we're making this available early, and so be patient with us. And secondly, communicate with us. If there's something needed, just let us know and give us 24 hours to take care of it. We'll keep working with you to allow your children to keep moving. If you're just patient and communicate with us, you can enjoy the benefits of this system immediately, and we can develop it really to serve the priorities of those families that are in it from the beginning. I have my own children in it, so I'm already doing that. But if you're willing to become a contributor in the sense that you help us with the development by communicating with us, by working with us, sometimes there may be some troubleshooting that needs to get done as we finalize all of the different settings and tools that are available. But that would be very helpful for both of us. So if you'd be willing to do that, we would be happy to have you join us in that new system immediately. To do so, there's simply a form that you need to submit online where you agree to do that, and as long as you are interested, we'll get started. What I would recommend is just go to that study center. A pop-up box will come up on the screen with a button, and if you hit that button, it'll take you to that form, and you can request to be a quote-unquote early adopter of this new study center program. So that's exciting, looking forward. Like I said, Moodle was the only online system that I have ever considered to be a serious candidate for the Classical Liberal Arts Academy. I had to regrettably step away from it in 2018 because of its status at that time. I tried another highly recommended one that just couldn't handle the beating that we put on it because we have so many courses, so many resources. It's made for a smaller website with fewer students and much lighter load. So we couldn't use that, and then recently I just went to simple student pages, which if you've used them, you know that they're simple, but there's just, it leaves too much lacking. And I took some time to go back and review Moodle's development and see how they were coming along, and found all of my objections to have been not only addressed, but taken care of in ways that were far beyond what I could have hoped for. So we'll be restoring a beautiful Moodle learning system for the students that will have thousands of online quizzes. We'll host all of their assignments, grade books, communication between us, notification tools to let everyone know what's going on day by day as the kids work. I think you'll be very, very happy with the benefits it offers, and you'll find that it solves many sources of concern that you have as a homeschooling parent. So you can follow the development of this system by going to classicalliberalarts.com/study. That's going to be the permanent online home for the study center. classicalliberalarts.com/study. And as I said, there's a link right on the top menu of the website, so it'll always be easy to find. If you're interested, go to the site, click on that pop-up box, fill out that form, and we'll get started over these next couple weeks as we get into the new fall term. I look forward to seeing the kids make use of this system because they're going to love it. And like I said, it's very exciting for me because it gives us a permanent solution for our online study needs, and one that exceeds our requirements. So I look forward to seeing families get started, and I think everyone's going to be very pleased. So that's an update on the new study center. The other message I'd like to share has to do with the forums. I'd like very much for families to register accounts on the forums and use that as sort of a central hub for communication. There are just times where I'd like to announce something or share some information, and it's often hard for me to do that. I really don't like email lists and all that kind of stuff. I think that stuff's annoying. I personally hate receiving emails from different companies and organizations. The forums allow you to sign in at your own convenience. There will be a board right at the top of the forums of announcements. You can just click on that forum, open it up, see if there's any new announcements. You can subscribe to the board if you do want to be contacted when there are new posts. But that forum, which I just opened up this week, I really hope that can become a permanent central hub for us for communication. My wife and I will be on there. All of our students will hopefully be on there, and parents will be on there as well, discussing all of the practical details of homeschooling and classical Catholic studies, as well as Catholic family life. I'd like to invite you to join us on the forums. Simply go to classicalliberalarts.com/forums, register an account. It's free, and feel free to browse, read all the posts that are there, ask any questions, create your own topics, or simply read and pay attention to the discussions and announcements, contribute whatever and whenever you'd like to, and find there an easy source for all of the information that you'll need to succeed in classical Catholic homeschooling. So I hope that's helpful. 2 important announcements. 1, the new study center at classicalliberalarts.com/study, and the other, the forums at classicalliberalarts.com/forums. Please check them out and make good use of them. I hope that's helpful. God bless.